What's up, YouTube? T-Moose here. Now, of course, one of the most best animated film directors there is, of course, Hayao Miyazaki. I mean, whether you talk about Kiki's Delivery Service, my personal favorite, Spirit Away, he's done some really terrific films over the decades. Well, his new movie called How Do You Live is very interesting because it's actually going to be a film that's literally just going to come out of nowhere without marketing, nothing like that, which that's really interesting to see. But not only that, it now looks like the movie is also going to be released in IMAX. Japan's studio Ghibli revealed late last week that Hayao Miyazaki is final film How Do You Live will get an IMAX release when it opens in Japan on Friday. It will be the first Miyazaki's film to release on IMAX, as well as other premium platforms, including Dolby Atmos, Dolby Cinema, and DSCS. Miyazaki's first film in a decade, How Do You Live, is easily the most anticipated movie coming to Japan theaters in years. The great animation master, now 82, insists it will be his last feature, a pledge he previously made and later broken during the run-up to release to the release of his most recent feature, The Wind Rises. Now, it doesn't really say here if it'll also be released in IMAX in the US or anything like that. But despite worldwide excitement surrounding the launch of the new Miyazaki and Ghibli film, remarkably, little is known about the film itself yet. Earlier recent, Ghibli's lead producer Zukui, considered Miyazaki's right-hand man, said that studio will release no trailers and no promotional materials whatsoever ahead of the film's release, asking fans to instead see the film with no uh, preconceptions. Now, Ghibli has previously described the film as a grand fantasy loosely inspired by the Japanese author Genzaburo Yoshino's 1937 novel of the same title, a coming of age story about the emotional and philosophical development of a young boy after the death of his father. The studio released just one poster for the film in December, but it has revealed nothing else about the movie since. No plot summary, no voice cast, nothing about the film's setting or characters. So man, they're going all out with this. Like when this movie comes out, it's just gonna come out. Like we're not gonna, you know, obviously they'll, Hollywood Report most likely announce that the film's will release and all that stuff. But we're pretty much gonna be hearing like pretty much seeing a film with no trailers, nothing, which I cannot ever recall that ever happening before. I mean, comment below. Have you guys ever heard like them actually releasing film without any promotional material whatsoever? That's insane. But hey, it is Hayao Miyazaki, so I'll be watching in a heartbeat. I mean, let me pull up this guy's credits. Hayao Miyazaki. I mean, we're talking about like Spirit Away. Um, he's pretty much the Stanley of Studio Ghibli, if you think of it. But anyway, he's done stuff like Princess Monaco, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, Kiki's Delivery Service. I think The Wind Rises is actually my least favorite out of his films, but even that was actually pretty good. So, I mean, talk about a really cool career and him going all out with his last film with no promotional materials, nothing like that. I'm despite all of that, I'm still a treat check someone else. I mean, I don't even think like Spielberg and Scorsese will ever think of doing something like that. So could be interesting to see. Anyway, let me let you guys. What are your thoughts on Hayao Miyazaki's new film How Do You Live? Said should become the first Studio Ghibli film to get an IMAX release. Do you like the sound of it? Would you actually check this out when it premieres? Whether it premieres in Japan theaters, whether it comes to the US or anything. Are you a fan of Hayao Miyazaki films? And what are some of your favorite films of his? Mine obviously will always be Spirited Away. Anyway, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simultaneous.